Hey guys, welcome back to S.H.Figuarts Unboxing. If you're finding me for the first time, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the future content. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, so I don't think I'm going to go all in for the line. I'm just going to buy the figures that I like. And yeah, here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And that's not wasting any more time and bust this thing open to see all we got. And here we have the figures still in the inner packaging, and he does come with a fair amount of accessories, and let's check out the figure itself. Alright, so here we have the figure itself. Honestly, I don't think anything is special here. The figure feels very similar to the Homecoming Spider-Man, and let's just take a closer look at the figure. Everything seems to be very nicely painted and sculpted, and I don't seem to have a lot of QC issues. Very great attention to detail, and we can jump straight into the articulation. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much, and you can turn his head no problem. And his shoulder is on a butterfly, which is really nice. So we can move it like that. And you can raise his arm up about this much, which is pretty good. And you do have shoulder swivel and a little bit of bicep swivel with this, I believe. Mine's a little bit stiff, so I'm scared to move. And you can curl about this much, and you do have the bow wrist. Yeah, so I'm not sure if he has bicep swivel, so do let me know in the comments if you're able to move this. And for the ab crunch, you can bend forward about this much. Wait, mine is really stiff. Like, this is even more stiff than the Homecoming Spider-Man. I'm scared to move because I've heard breakage. And you do have some side-to-side movement. Okay, so it's a ball joint in there, but the middle part over there is very stiff. And you do have some pretty good side-to-side movement. You can kick out about this high, bend about this much, thigh swivels, ankle pivot, and toe hinge. Yeah, so overall, the articulation seems to be very similar to the previous one, if not the same. But there's some minor adjustment, and the joints are a little bit tight compared to that one. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel as good as I thought it would be. But anyways, let's check out the accessories. And for the accessories, first off, we get a pair of display open hands, and they're very nicely painted and sculpted. And next up, we get a pair of hollow hands. And then we get a pair of web shooting hands, and we get one long and one short web effects. And lastly, we get a pair of hands to hold the web, which is pretty nice. And for the interchangeable eyes, we get a wide looking one, which is the default one. And then we get a slightly closed one, which is probably my favorite. And then we get the squinting eyes. And lastly, we do get the forelegs, but I feel like they are a little bit too fragile for my liking. But still looks pretty cool regardless. And I believe that's it for the accessories, and let's check out some action poses. Anyways, that was just some quick posing, and let's check out some size comparison. And for the size comparison, I want to start with some amazing Yamaguchi figures, and I think they look pretty good together. And next up, we have some Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts. And then we have some Naruto S.H.Figuarts. Some Street Fighters S.H.Figuarts. Some Mexico 112 Collective. And then we have some American IP S.H.Figuarts. And lastly, we have some Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I honestly didn't find the figure that fun. And don't get me wrong, the figure is still really solid, especially if you miss out on the Homecoming Spider-Man. But if you already have that figure, this figure is not going to feel fresh. And I think one thing they could have done better is definitely the legs. I was really looking forward to the legs. That's probably the main reason why I got the figure. But I think the articulation is just not as good as I expected to be, which is really disappointing. But yeah, I think that's it from me. Again, still really solid, but just not for me. And yeah, this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.